Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news policymakers are throwing much more money into the economy rather than into the virus fight. But first up today, there was a dairy auction overnight and prices in US dollars fell 3.9%. At the same time, the US dollar rose against most others, so in New Zealand dollars, the overall result was a gain of 1.2%. In the circumstances, this has been a successful event, with price rises for every commodity except skim milk powder and whole milk powder. Volumes sold were 10% higher than the same time last year. The automatic stabiliser of floating exchange rate did its job today. Although prices are soft, in local currency they're about the same broad range they've been for more than a year, and it seems unlikely today's result will change any payout forecasts. Fonterra will give its update later this morning when it releases its half-year results. On Wall Street, markets are still yo-yoing, up today with the S&P 500 currently up 5% and falling after being up 7% earlier. This market can't decide on a direction, despite the American promises of more stimulus over and above the Fed's huge promises already announced. American retail sales for February came in weaker than analysts were expecting, decreasing 0.5% from January when a 0.4% gain was expected. And US industrial production in February was unchanged in the year, but factory production was down almost 0.5% in a year. Only oil production, oddly, kept the overall level from declining too. And the White House proposes to send $1,000 checks to everyone at a cost of $300 billion, with another $500 billion in handouts to businesses. Seems socialism is alive and well in the US, so long as it's for business. In Europe, the widely watched ZEW survey shows economic sentiment collapsing in March in a very grim result. In China, there are more signs of improvement there. House sales are rebounding in March after being frozen in February, and now 85% of China's confirmed coronavirus cases have officially recovered. The latest compilation of COVID-19 data is out. The global tally is now 190,000 of officially confirmed cases, up 60% in a week. There are now 109,000 cases outside China. 4 European countries account for more than half of that: Italy, Spain, Germany and France. Also rising very fast is the USA, which is up 27% in just one day. The global official death toll now exceeds 7,500. And in Australia, there are warnings the construction industry is about to buckle in this crisis. Retailers are approaching landlords en masse for rent relief, and airlines say they will collapse within weeks without some sort of bailout. Australia seems to be heading for a very serious spread of the virus. They are already our largest threat of infection here. The US Treasury 10-year yield is high today, up almost 14 basis points from yesterday, now at 0.86%. Gold is yo-yoing as well, up $27 today, now at $1,530 an ounce. And US oil prices have dropped again today, down another $1 to just under $28 a barrel, with the Brent benchmark just on $29 a barrel. Vanishing demand as major economies shut down can't seem to be stopped. And the Kiwi dollar is starting today lower as the greenback firms sharply. It's now at 59.8 US cents, down more than a cent in a day. On the cross rates, however, we're now at 99.6 Australian cents and close to its all-time high and very near parity. Against the euro, we're only marginally softer at 54.4 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index is now at 66.6. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.